Good morning. Welcome to a full day of eating. Energy is low this morning thanks to Aunt Flo paying a visit. Thankfully, it is a Saturday today, and so I do want to get some stuff done, but there's no rush. We can just relax. And I thought I would take you guys through a full day of eating today. You guys seem to like my last full day of eating on my period video. Very realistic, very demure, very mindful. Just kidding. I thought we would do it again this month. That is the good thing about these videos is we can do at least one a month. Anyway, we are hanging out all day today. Started out with this iced pumpkin chai, which is a Starbucks dupe. The Starbucks fall menu just released. And in case you missed it, I actually made my own versions of all of the pumpkin items on the Starbucks fall menu. That is always a mouthful. And I'm working on making part 2 of all the non-pumpkin drinks. I'll link that below if you want to see it. But you got a quick demo today on how to do the iced pumpkin chai, which is so good, by the way. On the actual day of my period, like the first day, I'm just like in so much pain that appetite is pretty low. But I know I still gotta eat, so today is gonna be a lot of probably just like easy eats, especially in the morning. My pain does get better as the day goes on personally, which is good. Usually with the help of Mr. and Mrs. Ibuprofen, which I've already dosed up on. Hopefully it kicks in soon. That said, I just want some like peanut butter toast for breakfast. It honestly sounds pretty good. So let's make that together. I have a loaf of sourdough. I highly recommend having peanut butter toast on sourdough. Also, she's not the prettiest loaf. I accidentally like did the wrong temperature when I baked it. Whatever. I'm the only one eating it, so I don't really care. Also gonna throw on some chia seeds for a little extra fibre. I love to make my cherry bia jam. Oh my gosh. Berry chia jam. But I don't have any berries, so we're stuck with these basic bitches today. It is gorgeous outside. I say we go eat on the patio. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, mister. You got the sun in your eyes? I don't know the exact science of the benefits of getting some sun on your face first thing in the morning, but I will say, anecdotally, it really seems to help. I finished a book last night, and the next one in the series I have on hold at the library, but it's not available yet. And so I'm like, do I start a new book? Maybe like read an easy little romance novel in between? Because I've been like deep in this fantasy series, but I don't want to like start something new. I don't know. I'm feeling stumped right now. The ibuprofen has kicked in, my appetite is slowly returning, and since breakfast was pretty low in protein, I am feeling hungry again. So we're gonna do kind of an early lunch. I've been making some TikToks, and I was gonna like go start to do some work on my computer, but then I was like, I don't wanna start and then get hungry in like 10 minutes and have to like stop what I'm doing. Once I'm in the zone of working on my computer, I like to be there for a minute. So I'm not like ravenous right now, but I am getting more hungry and I'm gonna eat a meal. You son of a bitch. Well, my light just died. That was sad. Boo. You guys. Okay, so you guys may know if you've seen any of my other full days of eating that my go-to like safe meal around here when I just need something quick and easy and filling is quesadillas and burritos. And I made some ground beef this week and I was about to make a burrito out of it and I realized that Ross ate the rest of it. I'm glad he's fed. I'm just a little sad because that's what I was excited about. All right, change of plans. This is why I always have canned beans on hand, because if I don't have a meat cooked up for my go-to quesadilla, beans will get the job done as our protein source. All right, let's drain and rinse these. One time I made a video about canned beans on TikTok and this person was so mad that me, a dietitian, was recommending canned beans instead of making them yourself. It was crazy. I was like, all these are just those same beans, but prepared. Same nutrition, just way more convenient. And if you are concerned about sodium, rinse them off. Get the low sodium ones if you can find them. That gets the job done. See how we don't shame others for their food choices? Very cutesy, very demure. See how I'm using a store-bought tortilla? Because it helps me feed myself and I don't have time to make them from scratch. Very mindful. Okay, I promise I'm done with that. I know it's very annoying. I'm gonna microwave this cheese and tortilla for like 10 seconds just to get the cheese a little melty and the tortilla a little softer. Going in with the beans. Not even cooked. All you gotta do literally is dump them out of the can and rinse them and they're ready to eat. Add protein and fiber to your meal. I do also have this rice that I did cook up the other day. Speaking of protein, rice does have some protein in there. And I also like to cook it with bone broth, which adds just a smidge more. Since the beans aren't seasoned, I am gonna add a little bit of everything but the elote. Onto the panini press. I made some homemade salsa the other day because I have tomatoes in mass quantities from my garden. I did it the easy way where I just threw everything into a blender. Tomato, red onion, cilantro. I had some nata pinos from the garden and then some salt and pepper. Oh, and lime juice. Just blended it up. So it's not a very chunky salsa, but it tastes just like so good and fresh. It's kind of like a pico, but more of a monotonous texture. I didn't feel like cutting and dicing everything. Beautiful. What do they do on TikTok? Gotta prove the crispiness. Super simple lunch. We've got protein, we got fiber, we got some color with our salsa. Salsa is a vegetable. I've also been seeing videos about that. People saying that adding salsa to your plate doesn't count as a vegetable. I'm like, then what does it count as? It's early in the day still. I'm not gonna have dinner for quite a few hours, so I'm sure we'll have a snack in a little bit. Hello, hello. Finn is barking. Been a couple hours since lunch. I am in need of a snack. I'm having one of these Jova smoothie kits. These are amazing. All you do is add this frozen banana and some milk into a blender, blend it up. It's the easiest smoothie ever. And this one has 25 grams of protein and 11 grams of fiber. So it is ultra filling. And I do have an affiliate link that I'll leave below if you want to try it out and save a little moolah. When your bananas are about to go bad, you can of course always make banana bread. I actually like to freeze them though and use them for smoothies. I also want to add a little whipped cream just for fun. Finn is currently out in the yard, so we don't need to pay the whipped cream snack tax. Delish. I'm not quite hungry for dinner yet, but I do want to make some chocolate chip zucchini banana bread to have for dessert because I still have so many zucchinis from the garden and I froze a bunch, but I still have some left. So we're gonna get that in the oven. It does take a while to bake. So while that's baking, we'll make dinner and then we'll have some fresh warm zucchini bread for dessert. Bit of an update, I actually have moved all of my recipes to my website. So you can now find all of my recipes I've ever shared on my blog. I don't always have recipes for things like my lunch today, for example, where it's just like beans and rice and cheese and a tortilla. But for now, I have like all of my more in-depth recipes that require a few more steps, easily accessible for all y'all to find. So yeah, anyway, I will link it all below, but we're gonna make it together so you get a little bit of like a video demonstration. All right, preheat oven, step 1. First thing we actually gotta do is shred the zucchini though. I gotta use it up, I have so much of it. Voila! In this bowl, about 2 ripe bananas. These are the frozen ones that I had. I just thawed them out. And they are very mushy. It's kind of gross, actually. Ew, 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 ew. I apologize for the sounds I just made. About 1.5 cups of this zucchini. I'll save the rest of this for a recipe this week. We'll find something to do with it. 2 eggs. 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. Vanilla extract. Sugar. We whisk all these ingredients. Set that aside. Ooh. And we'll get our dry ingredients in here. 2 cups of flour. Baking soda, baking powder, salt, cinnamon, nutmeg, whisk it up. I love the smell of nutmeg. Everyone's gonna get to know each other in the pot. We don't wanna overmix or else we're gonna get some tough ass banana bread. Next step is to fold in the cheese. Just kidding, they're chocolate chips. I like to top it off with a few more chocolate chips. I like it extra chocolatey. So for dinner tonight, I'm really wanting something kind of new. I've been sort of in a recipe rut lately, making the same things like over and over. I have some chicken thighs. We're gonna cook up. We're gonna do like a hot honey garlic chicken thigh, just like pan seared. And I also wanna make some potato salad. That will take the longest, and I also want it to be cold in the fridge, so let's get that made. We're gonna start by hard boiling some eggs to throw in there. If you are thinking to yourself, wow, she sure does put a lot of effort in for a girl who's on her first day of her period. First of all, do not compare yourself to me. Second of all, you saw what I was eating this morning. Very easy, very simple. And third of all, like I said, I start to feel better later in the day, and I'm there now. I'm feeling a little better, I have a little more energy. And because I didn't really eat super duper satisfying meals earlier today, I'm like really in the mood for like a good hearty dinner, you know? All right, I'm cutting these potatoes in half or into quarters if they're really big. How fitting that I'm wearing my potato apron. It's almost like I'm actually authentic to the brands that I work with. I only promote things that I actually recommend, and potatoes are surely one of them. Speaking of, something that I learned at that potato conference that I went to a few months ago, there are like those little eyelets on your potatoes. You can just take them off and they're still good to eat. You don't have to like throw away the potato. A lot of times I do like doing takeout on my period and I don't want to cook. And it's important not to judge yourself if you also feel that way. You don't need to cook every meal at home from scratch. Like I said though, I'm actually kind of in the mood to cook. I have these ingredients I want to use up, and I'm thinking tomorrow we're gonna get some takeout. And this tater salad will make great leftovers. All right, while the eggs and taters are boiling, let's get the rest of our potato salad ingredients ready. We will indeed be seizing on this opportunity to use my favorite kitchen tool. These are some dill quick pickles, AKA Quickles, that I made with cucumbers from the garden. I do also have this recipe posted, so I'll share that in the link below too. But we're gonna turn these into like a little bit of a relish. And I used all my fresh dill to make these, so I'm gonna try to get some of the dill that's in here and put it into our relish. I also threw whole rosemary in here when I pickled these. They are my best ones yet, they're so good. I also forgot, I threw some of these little pepperoncinis in there too when I pickled these. So we're gonna just add those to the mix. We're also gonna get some onion diced up in here. Oh yeah. And once the eggs are done, we'll use this for the eggs too. Perfect every time. Now for the fun part. Gorgeous. Our potatoes are almost done. While they finish up, let's get everything else we need in this bowl. It would not be a Midwest tater salad without some mayo. Some plain Greek yogurt going in too. Tiny dash of Worcestershire sauce. Mustard. Have you guys seen that TikTok trick where if you do this, because of physics, gets everything to the bottom? Ross makes fun of me whenever I do it, but it always works. Potatoes are done. Let's finish this off with some salt, black pepper, and some garlic powder. And finally, the star of the show. Let's get it in the fridge and let it chill out in there while we make the rest of our dinner. Let's make our chicken. I got these chicken thighs from Aldi. We have become a very strict chicken thigh only household. I'm just kidding. I will get chicken breasts if they're like a good deal or something, but chicken thighs just taste so much better. And because of the size of them, they usually cook pretty evenly too, and they withstand high heat, high temperatures a lot better. All right, I've got some cornstarch in here. We're gonna coat the chicken breast in this cornstarch. Also gonna add some salt and pepper to that too. I hate the feeling of cornstarch on my fingers. Oh my gosh. You know what we're gonna do instead? We're gonna shake this up. We're gonna use canola oil for this because it has a higher smoke point than olive oil does, which is one of the reasons why I keep canola oil in my house, despite everyone claiming that it's like this inflammatory toxic poison. We're waiting for that to heat up. Let's make our little like honey sauce while we're waiting. This is hot honey from Trader Joe's. I accidentally dropped the container and it busted open, so I've been storing it in this glass jar. Let's do about 1/3 cup of this. We're just gonna kind of eyeball this. I do want to mix it up though. It's gotten a little crystallized. Whew, that is spicy. Let's do about 1/3 cup of chicken broth. You can use any chicken broth that you like. I'm an ambassador for Kettle and Fire, so I always have them in my pantry. Use whatever brand you like. Store brand is just fine. If you do want to try Kettle and Fire though, once again, I have an affiliate link. I'll link it below if you want to try it out. A little bit of rice vinegar, and a little dash of soy sauce. Thigh guys are going in. Ooh. It is super loud right now because this chicken's getting crispy. So we're gonna turn down the heat, throw in some butter and garlic. We're using garlic, of course. I wish you guys could smell this right now. The final ingredient, we're gonna add this sauce in. We're gonna let this cook down and hopefully it will also start to thicken. Oh, smells so good. I heated up the rest of that leftover rice. I'm having it with that. The potato salad now seems sort of like the odd man out here. Sort of a random side dish with this flavor profile, but it sounded good, so I don't care. Let's do a taste test. Can literally use a fork to cut it. Oh my gosh. This would be so good with some avocado. Sadly, I don't have any. Ooh, I do have sesame seeds though. Some avocado and bang bang sauce would, I just know, make this perfect. That is so good. Holy crap. I made this. This is the best chicken I've ever made. I'm not just saying that. That is so good. Let's try this potato salad too. Oh yeah, man, we nailed it today. It is sort of weird with this, but I am not complaining. The zucchini bread also did just finish baking. I won't be hungry for it right away, I don't think, so we'll check back in later when it's time for dessert. Remember how I got all cocky and said that I had all this energy to cook and I was pain-free? Yeah, that was a lie. I spoke too soon. So now, all I wanna do is curl up on the couch and read a book. And we're gonna create a little magical cuddle station. We're gonna take this sheet and spread it on the whole couch. We've got a comforter. And then Finn likes when I put his bed up there, so he has his own little cuddle spot. You guys, look at how good this loaf turned out. She's gorgeous. Let's have some dessert slash bedtime snack. to round out this day of eating. I've got some hot water boiling right now because I also want some tea to go with this. The inside looks so good too. This is begging for butter. We're having some sleepy time tea tonight. I don't think I'll need any assistance getting to sleep. I'm feeling quite tired, but some tea just sounds good. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today and for watching this video. You know the drill. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe. Let me know if you want to see more full days of eating like this one. I am gonna inhale this and go to sleep.